Why can't we have nice things? I get it. Things change, they evolve. But that really didn't help us when we'd go into our favorite place and order our newest favorite menu item and poof, it was gone, pulled, discontinued. Dare I say, canceled? There was a time where restaurants tested food items rapidly, regularly, and some of those tests would last decades. But alas, not forever. Just like some of these tasty tidbits. So come along with me and let's get hungry. I'm Victor, and straight out of the Gen Experience, iconic fast food options that ran their course during a time when going out to eat was not only a treat, but simply a lot of fun. If this content is your thing, then please consider clicking that like and staying to the end, share a comment, and press subscribe. Now that that's out of the way, let's eat. The Whaler. Who wouldn't want to order that at the counter? Say it with me. I'd like a Whaler, please. It's just fun. But that's what's missing in fast food today. It never had health, but once it was filled with fun. So anyone out there thinking they're cute by saying nutrition is what's missing can just bite me. No one went there thinking they were having a well-balanced meal. The Whaler was the genuine Burger King fish steak sandwich, a small-sized fish sandwich made with lettuce on a sesame seed bun. It made fish easy and accessible, not to mention compete with the filet of fish next door. Both of which helped to turn the world onto tartar sauce, which is just as awesome on fries. Besides a brief 2-year hiatus, best not talked about, the Whaler was the BK catch of the day until the early 90s. It was then it got a new recipe, new ingredients, new breading, and a new name, the Ocean Catch Fish Sandwich, which, like the entree itself, was a mouthful. Advertising was minimal, perhaps due to whaling being so controversial, but when they did, they made sure that the comparison with McDonald's fish was the focus. After years of surf sandwich inconsistency, Burger King still has a fish option on the menu, the big fish or the extra long fish, both just downright unimaginative. Well, like most fast food in modern times. No, not named for a New York gang of dancing fighters, but for the space race and its continued popularity. Remember the Rocket Pops? This push-up ice cream treat is an extinct item from fast food royalty, Dairy Queen. The cool snack was to resemble a rocket jet, albeit with cute and colorful aesthetics. Branding it with the DQ logo in all its unmistakable glory helped sell it. But just in case you needed more of a reminder, the company's trademark Curly Q topped this rocket. After licking the creamy tip clean, you then began to push the melting soft serve up from the bottom of the rocket and catch more cold soft goodness from within. Whether your local DQ was a brazier offering hot eats or only cool treats, the Mr. Misty Kiss was an option for years, and even their abandoned mascot, Dennis the Menace, got into the act. Mr. Misty Kiss was also a push-up sweet treat, but instead of ice cream, frozen slush on a stick. The name Mr. Misty comes from the frigid air surrounding this goodie, while the kiss comes from how you eat it between your lips. Then pushing up the straw at the bottom to reveal more frozen flavor, if the flimsy straw didn't bend or bunch while pushing. Speaking of lips, I can't be the only one who as a kid assumed the Dairy Queen red logo design was a pair of lips. Was I? They even seemed to be in the middle of a kiss, which is perfect for this 70s and 80s menu offering. Yes, there's always been a Mr. Misty on the menu. It's a family of treats that the ice favorite was part of. However, unlike the push-up, this was a melted version that has hung around for decades. A slushy drink you sip, not kiss. Going to Wendy's was rare in our house, although 2 of my brothers worked there for a short amount of time. A very short time. There was little to pull me away from my burger clown and his imaginary friends. However, by 1987, I was older, with a teenager's discerning taste buds, and the Wendy's salad bar hooked me. How could a salad bar pull me away from a quarter pounder with cheese? This was no ordinary salad bar. It was the Super Bar, an all-you-can-eat buffet including not only a bountiful garden harvest of traditional salads, but a complete Mexican bar for making nachos or taco salad. And let's be honest, melted queso is excellent on fries. Oh, and it doesn't stop there. Get yourself a bottomless plate, because that one flat price you could also indulge in some Italian-inspired dishes at the pasta bar. That's right, Wendy's had done something so few fast food were willing: incorporate an American version of international cuisine in the very American all-you-can-eat way. So pick a table, it's time to go to work. And where do you think we parked ourselves in the restaurant? This may not be on the menu, but it's certainly an extinct luxury for any fast food location. The sunroom. That's right. Besides square burgers, you could get your nachos, pasta with meat sauce, fries covered in melted cheese, and stuff your face in that oh-so-upscale and elevated glass-enclosed solarium. The Wendy's sunroom was so premium, you got a sense of class while looking outside into nature, beyond the cement jungle of a parking lot and across the busy highway. $2.99 for lunch or $3.59 for dinner is inconceivable today. Salad bars like this began to appear in stores nationwide, but Wendy's persisted. Was the food high quality? Were all the super bars well maintained? Hardly. But if you were on a budget and wanted to fill up on something that wasn't your standard fast food fare, Wendy's gave us the option. Now, it's rough to find all you can eat anything, and I miss that. A&W is barely recognizable from our era of eating out. What once was famous for their family of burgers that made ordering easy and memorable has become as drab and lifeless as their more popular counterparts. Once A&W was everywhere. Today, there are only about 475 in the USA. They have gone through many design changes, but they are now defined by their orange and brown color scheme and not much else. You used to either walk up and order from a counter outside, or pull your car into a space and order from a box, where a car hop would balance your tray precariously on the driver's window. A complete inconvenience we couldn't get enough of, am I right? Fun may be off the menu, but you can still get the Papa Burger at A&W today. This patriarch of an entire franchise of family-named sandwiches is the only survivor. Papa is a good-sized double burger with toasted bun, lettuce, tomato, American cheese, onion, and pickles. But the Mama Burger was a more respectable one-seasoned patty, one slice of white onion, and some teen sauce. Yeah, you heard me, teen sauce. Coming right off the teen burger of one beef patty with cheddar cheese, roasted bacon, mustard, ketchup, pickles, tomato, and an onion slice. The awkwardly named teen sauce is just barbecue and mayo, so don't get too excited. The smallest seasoned patty was on the Baby Burger, with no cheese. This was your gateway burger, leading you to a bigger burger, more toppings, and eventual addiction. After the Baby Burger, you might make the leap to the Papa Burger, or worse, the triple patty Grandpa Burger. You'd think Grandpa would be more concerned about his heart. It was seasoned and came with pickles and more of that teen sauce that everybody wanted. Grandma is the only burger that ultimately got discontinued. Sad, really, as she was made with a juicy patty of prime rib. Every family needs a larger-than-life Uncle too, and A&W had one. An extra-large patty with a red onion slice. Red. That uncle's pretty wild. We'll just stop there before even getting into the Buddy Burger. Well, by 1974, the Great American Root Bear began his takeover. It would be some years for the family to grow apart. And when they did, the entire family moved to Canada, and they are only available in the Great North Market. Papa Burger is the only one to have stuck around the States, making the current A&W menu just like any other greasy joint. If you're lucky, you might come across some of the original family members' statues popping up on Roadside America for all us nostalgia nerds out there. Now I'm hungry. How about you? Throughout most of the Gen experience, it was Kentucky Fried Chicken. By 1991, the era of short and easily marketable logos and names had started, and KFC went all in. It was also a good time to distance themselves from the word fried. The world had turned on fried, and the all-American extra crispy 11 herbs and spices. The chicken was still there, but the name wasn't. Neither were chicken in a biscuit. No, not these. These. Looks pretty normal today, with everybody having a chicken biscuit breakfast sandwich. "You just can't resist it" was their tagline from 1982. But KFC must have been ahead of their time, as no one looked twice at this item, and they were removed just like their other biscuit sandwiches. KFC has had some modern blunders, like the pickled fried chicken, Cheetos sandwich, and the double down hot dog. A lot of blunders, but the Chicken Littles sounded great. At 39 cents, this treat gave you a little White Castle slider vibe, just without giving you the sliding out the other end vibe. On Wednesdays at the Colonel, country fried steak was available for $5.99 and made going out to eat in the middle of the week much more appetizing, especially for Mom, who needed the kitchen break. Sadly, like so many other offerings, the biscuit, the littles, and the fried steak were discontinued. KFC has had probably the worst luck with innovative ideas that just don't last. But here's an idea: stick to the bucket. Taco Bell had a real Mexican, or at least a Tex-Mex feel in the early days. Just look at Patrick Duffy in his Gallabetta-style shirt creating a one-of-a-kind enchilada. The enchilada was a major menu item in the late 60s through the 70s, and one of the only times Taco Bell took on the wet and messy enchilada. Burritos, tacos, no problem. But the saucy enchilada in the foil pan with shredded cheese on top with some carefully placed black olives, it's something I would certainly order as a regular, but can't today. Even before its extinction, there was the mysterious case of the missing olives, but that's another story. Because then there was the Mexi Melt. Why can't we have nice things? Oddly, you're going to see some articles call this a limited time menu item. Sure, if limited meant 30 years, but the Mexi Melt is born of 1988 and is a cross between a soft taco and a quesadilla. Can you get better than that? Sure, with two of them. Oh, and this is a time where their sauce was, wait for it, taco sauce. Taco sauce, one of my favorite flavors found in nature, by the way. This gooey goodness of seasoned meat and toppings, the enchilada had never changed its name or how it was made, but sometime in the mid-2000s disappeared without a word. I know I would order it, but I would have to sit inside the restaurant to eat it, which I understand is unheard of these days. This is all about the Gen experience, so I'm not covering the more modern, ill-advised hot dog stuffed crust pizza. Hold on while I get a bucket. That short-lived atrocity has nothing on the 1979 Fiesta Taco Pizza from Pizza Hut. The Fiesta Pizza meant you didn't have to decide between Mexican or pizza. The Hut had you covered when running for the border, but wouldn't have you running for the bathroom like pizza with cocktail weenies stuffed in the crust.
Whoever wrote this episode should die!
The Fiesta came to an end in the 2000s, but was a product of our time. Another Pizza Hut original that was making it great was their salad bar. Unlike Wendy's, this had traditional salad fixins, but debuted much earlier. During a time when kale was nothing but an experiment, the leafy green was used in abundance at Pizza Hut. It made for great decoration as a lush bed to present the salad bar. Piles and piles of the green stuff, but like parsley, it was only there to look at, not eat. Well, not back then. When it comes to a side for pizza, a salad was the only thing that made sense. And it made you feel good about yourself when eating a pizza, too. Lucky for you, the salad bar was always included in the pizza buffet. I was much more at home in McDonald land. I was there for the first Happy Meal and even remember the Star Trek the Motion Picture boxes. Asking my mom to forego the cheeseburger and get a Big Mac was a big deal, and dreaming of a birthday party there was always a happy thought. Alas, that never came to be, but so many surprise visits to the Golden Arches growing up made the exciting and bright-colored playland much more attractive to us kids. Parents knew they couldn't take you often, but sometimes it was a reward. Sometimes for us, often for them. On the rare occasion we got a dessert at McDonald's, which wasn't often, I chose the pie. Nope, never the apple pie, but always the cherry pie. I hadn't known a time when there wasn't both apple and cherry options, and the only way to have them was the way God intended, deep fried. Oh, to get third-degree burn again, biting into the volcanic heat of the fresh cherry pie while the fruit filling scarred your skin was just sweet ecstasy. Sure, seasonal pies showed up once in a while, but cherry was there for the long haul, until finally beaten out by Golden Delicious. What the hell was wrong with them when the decision was made in 1992 to take them out of the fryer and into the oven? Yeah, health conscious, but there was no comparison. Although McDonald's got baked in 1992, the cherry pie would eventually disappear, acting as if it never happened at all. But if you're looking for a fried pie, just catch a flight to Hawaii, where their McDonald's still do it the old-fashioned way, the right way. I bet you thought I was going to start with the McDLT, didn't you? Well, of course I was going to bring it up. When you think of your own burger grilling or frying, you put cold condiments on them, and so you have both sensations when biting into the juicy sandwich with crisp lettuce. The McDLT just kept them separate from 1985 to the early 90s. Hot side hot, cold side cold, said Jason Alexander.
Could be the best tasting lettuce and tomato hamburger ever.
Toward the very end of my Gen experience, where adolescence completely transitioned into true adulting, I remember a chicken fajita. I could have a breakfast burrito in the morning and a chicken fajita for dinner at McDonald's. Simply delicious. Mickey D's chicken fajita was part of an entire Western menu that deserved a lot more love than it received. Today I can't have either, and it has nothing to do with availability, if you know what I mean. Speaking of fajitas, let's wrap this baby up. When entering some of our favorite fast food restaurants from our Gen experience, much of what was the norm back then has vanished over time. Some obvious and some questionable. And I'm not talking just the menu. Sure, there are no more branded matchbooks or ashtrays, but most napkins have lost their logos, and even Mickey D's striped straws are endangered. Outlandish uniforms and fun hats to not only identify employees, but to unify them have evolved into casual tees. And what about those porcelain cups? Those coffee cups my parents loved to take with them to get free refills from the McDonald's Star Lady, the hostess walking around and refilling drinks. Yep, there was a time they took care of their customers, when it was a pleasure to serve their customers in the restaurant. A foreign concept today. Some of you might miss other items like a variety of specialty McNuggets with corresponding sauces. Were you a fan of Pizza Hut's Triple Deckeroni or Taco Bell's Waffle Taco Breakfast? Maybe you miss Wendy's individual salads or KFC's simple potato wedges, bizarre Scoffy treat, or the classic flavored dipped ice cream cones of Dairy Queens of the past. Mind you, many of our bellies just can't take it anymore, but to sit down and get another bite would satisfy, even just for a moment. Which are your favorites from the era that showed that TNA was alive and well? Test and adjust, that is. Get your mind out of the gutter. Rapid-fire testing of new products in fast food was a hallmark of the Gen experience. One day it's in, next day it's out. So share your comments, and I hope you click the like and subscribe. Tell us your thoughts on the matter, and I can't thank you enough for being here for another show. Until next time.